Hello everyone and welcome to another scrap mechanic video. In this video we are going to be comparing two cars that I think is really good in scrap mechanic. Both of these cars are made by Under. I recommend to check it out. All his builds in the description down below. And yeah, so let me tell you about these cars. So first off, we have the Nova. Well, it's a car before the Zenith. They use big wheels, obviously kind engines. It's got 4 pistons per wheel and all that. And let's check out the controls. We have one which is actually for parking brake. Number 2 is for top speed mode. And it goes pretty much fast. Actually, they have similar top speeds, but I don't want to spoil you guys about it, so yeah. Number 3 is off-road mode. You can pretty much adjust the suspension. It has variable suspension. Actually, I'll give it that. It has a lot of features as well. Number 4 is the lights. Pretty good looking lights, of course, and every car has to have that. 5, we have some hazard lights, pretty cool. And 6 is the radio, and 7 is the horn. Now that is it for the Nova. Obviously we have 4 seats here for practicality, like that. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the Zenith. First of all, these uses a pressure engine, but it's actually not your normal pressure engine. Let me explain. Well, they make a lot of power. This one in specific makes a lot of power, makes more than that one, but I'll show you guys later on why both of these are impressive, and why this thing still has to compete with the Nova, because both are pretty good cars actually, in equal, in my opinion. And yeah, these are the features anyway. The one is pretty much parking brake as usual, and that thing just moved. Oh no, that just lagged up actually, man. None of these cars should have touched. I'm pretty sure my game has pretty much bugged off, because I wasn't supposed to join these cars together, because they are pretty much rivals, and they're or just brother and sister rival or something. Let's just not make it too close, but I did make it too close still. Anyway, so yeah. Number 2 is the lights, of course, you should always have that. 3 is hazard lights as well. I mean, it has automatic blinkers just like the Nova. And 4 is the radio, and 5 is the horn. No variable suspension nor top speed mode. Oh, and the difference as well, the Zenith doesn't really have 4-wheel steering, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not better than the Nova. But since I kind of like how the Nova has adjustable or variable suspension, I'll give it 1 point for the Nova. Pretty good, pretty nice. Now let's move on. Let's move on to the technology, the overall complexity and all that. And yeah, so for the kind engine, we have like at least 4 pistons, just like what I've said earlier. I'm gonna tell you guys the power about later on. So what's special about this Nova is that it has a thing called VVT. If you guys don't know what VVT is, it's called auto timing here in scrap mechanic, where there's like tons of logic gates. Actually, let me just show you how many logic gates that the Nova has actually. So it has a whopping 331 logic gates. That's literally an entire computer right there. So let me tell you about the VVT here. Apparently Kind actually uploaded this for me to figure it out. Apparently this is not all the logic gates. These logic gates is per engine, and this is only one. So let's say all these logic gates and pretty much 4 times of it, and that's how many the logic gates this Nova has, which is pretty much impressive. It has their own things, like we have the auto restart here. I believe this is the throttle, I guess, and then there's the reverse. and all of that, and you don't need some sort of logic gates that would compromise the performance of the piston engine. What I'm talking about is basically connecting a sensor to a logic gates and then to the piston. But this one is literally direct. As you guys can see, there's like a logic gate connected to this controller. And yeah, that's how it kind of works, you know. For the most part, it has a auto restart system when this thing stops or stalls. Even when you're lagging, it would deal some of that lag, which is pretty much impressive. I kind of like it. So that's we call that thing VVT auto timing. There's like a lot of names for this thing, but yeah, that's how this thing kind of works, I guess. Moving on to the Zenith, by the way, it has the kind engine layout for the pressure engine. If you guys don't know what a pressure engine means, they don't need sensors, by the way, in order to power the thing, which means it's gonna be a pain in the ass when the engine stalls. And that's why Kind put this auto restart system here. And by the way, this thing is not connected to a piston, because the piston is already controlled by a sped up or hack, or some people would call hack blueprint editor, by just simply setting the time per frame to 0, and it will set it to 9.9999747 blah blah blah, and pretty much a sped up controller by now. And that's how pretty much the pressure engine works, and that's the core concept of the pressure engine and how they work. Anyways, this thing, let's say this is the engine, it connects to a thing called transmission, like a wonky transmission. Let me guys show you how this transmission works. By the way, I've got a lot of comments from my recent build of this hot rod and how it goes to 120 kilometers an hour on just a 300 RPM engine. So let me guys show you how this thing works. So this one is actually a gear down. Let's say this one is lower and that's faster, because this one is in 1:2 ratio, I believe. If I actually, yeah, it's these things are pretty much sensitive, kind of. Like for example, if it's not balanced, this will kind of like freak out. But if this one, you can technically do whatever you want with this. But it's clearly a 1:2 ratio. But this one here, right here, is a 1:1. Of course, this has a pressure engine. You know, it already spins about 1200 RPM. Similar to the kind engines, they do spin 1200 RPM. They're connected to this wonky transmission here, and the reason of this wonky transmission is for it's for reversing. Actually, I don't think so, but it's for something like, I actually forgot why Kind specifically put it here. I hope Kind will just comment in this video and tell me how it works, I guess. But this one is put here for reverse, and to maybe kind of reduce the amount of power that this pressure engine thing has or something. But the way I see it, this thing is more complex than the Nova. You know, actually the front and back are just the same, by the way, in case you know. It has an auto restart system as well. And yeah, it also has some wonky transmission here in the front end. But overall, I think it's a pretty equal here for both of these. I'd say no points, because both are pretty much impressive in this one. So yeah. So moving on. I actually forgot how to say about this one, but I don't really have some sort of good explanation about these wonky transmission. And the thing is, they just depending on the mass of these two. If you have a block that is half the mass of these two blocks, it will have a 1:2. But if you have a mass of 2 blocks right here, and then you put a block that has like the same mass of these 2 blocks, it will do it in a 1:1 ratio, gear ratio. It's kind of hard to explain how this works. It's powered by a wonky bearing, which means you cannot do this without wonky bearings. And actually, about the wonky bearing is that they won't properly work I mean, the wonky bearings are pretty much useful now. It's been a thing by now. They are pretty much useful for suspensions. However, they are pretty bad if they don't have enough mass. Let's say like 30 kilograms for the mass, I guess. In order to make it something like a wonky bearing, you have to copy like the Z axis A to the X axis A like that. Make it one, and that's a wonky bearing. And you cannot typically see it, but it's now technically a wonky bearing. It's technically a ball joint, by the way, so it kind of does all the work for this wonky transmission. I don't really have any good explanation for this thing, but yeah. Speaking of power, I've been told that this has at least 140 to 150 horsepower per wheel. So if I calculated all four, this thing theoretically has 600 horsepower. So that's pretty great, actually. This is why I really like Kind engines so much. They make solid power, really good, and all that. There's no need for like a lot of torque and complexity like with V8s and and whatnot. And the Zenith, however, well, let me check the description actually. So this is the power for the wheels. It has 1,201 wheel horsepower, and that is wheel horsepower. It makes 7,617 Newton meters. I actually don't know how much the torque of this kind engine is. I'd say it's about, I don't know, 1,500 torque per wheel. So that's about yeah, that's about like 6,000 Newton meters of torque all in. But the Zenith here, this is only for the front and the back. So if I double that, that's literally 2,400 all in. But the power of the engine, however, well, it makes 2,158 horsepower per engine. This thing, the Zenith, is technically 4,000 horsepower. I mean, this engine has, both of these engines combined has 4,000 horsepower. I'll give it to the Zenith. Yeah, that's a huge star. But all these power, how about the weights? So I'm sure you guys know about the mass of these stuff. So I have a mass measuring tool, also made by Kind under. I'm gonna measure this, and it's about 900 kilograms, and that weighs about, same exactly like a cow. Well, I'm not saying that this thing could pull a cow, but this thing weighs as much as a cow. Yeah. So how about the Zenith? All those power for what? And how does it still drive stable? Well, let me show you why. Because you're about to get shocked. In 3, 2, 1. It has a whopping 3 tons and 200 kilograms. Well, can you even imagine that? That's about 4 cows. Or 5 cows. Jesus Christ. That's a lot. You can literally feed like 2 cars here at least. This weighs at least like 2 car. As the meme says, this is pretty much an acorn build, if you guys get the reference, because he's also like a part of the technical community, and he makes heavy stuff, especially trains, of course, and trains aren't light. But anyway, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. This car is pretty damn heavy, hence why it has a lot of power. Now, moving on, how about the 0 to 60? I do have a 0 to 60 time calculator. I'm not sure if this is even the right orientation. How do I measure it? Oh yeah, it's that. So I guess I'll have to measure this thing precisely when it launches. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, wrong button. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that's... Is that 2 seconds? I reckon I should give it another go. Oh wow, how do we reset it? Alright, there you go. Let's give it another runs control. Let's give it go. Okay, that was so late, like really late. And even if I was late, it's still like 3 seconds. That's insane. That's like faster than most sports cars nowadays. Well, I'm sorry to say, but you know what I'm saying. So 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that's pretty good this time, and it's 2.3 seconds. So, well, I guess that's really 2.3. Go. Okay, that's pretty good this time, and yeah, it's still at 2.3. So I guess this the 0 to 60 on this thing, or 0 to 100 kilometers, is about 2.3 seconds on average. So we'll have to measure the zenith. Does this thing even have a launch control? I just have to press W, okay? And go. Oh, okay, this one's fast. Oh, that's 2.1, and that's first try. Whoa, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's like 2 seconds. Or is that half a second? I don't know, whatever. Alright, let's do it again. And go. That's a little bit late, and yeah, I mean, if I try hard enough, that's definitely under a second. So another point for the Zenith. I'll give it that. I mean, it obviously has this really insane high power pressure engine. Even with all those weight and stuff, this thing weighs as much like an electric SUV with luxury units. Moving on for the top speed, by the way, we will have to switch worlds in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're here. My magic worked this time, so that's pretty good. So yeah, let's firstly measure the Nova. I hope my FPS will not fluctuate throughout the top speed run, because the engine might stall during the process. So I'll put an exometer here, and that displays something on top of our screen that measures our top speed. So first, let's go to our desired speed at 160 kilometers an hour. Oh, that's pretty insane actually. And now let's go for top speed, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, can we do 200 in the grass field? Okay, can we do it? Actually, we did. Oh, there it is. That's 200. I've seen it. That's pretty good. Can we do even more? If that begs a question. Alright, let's turn around. Okay, I gotta admit, this Nova has a pretty snappy handling, which we will test later after this top speed test. Alright, so let's do it again. Let's first have to do a launch control, and let's go. Off we go, and activate the top speed mode. Come on. Let's see what you got, baby. Alright. 200 right there, that's pretty solid, honestly. I did have a car faster than this, but that car is pretty much rubbish than this. Wow. I guess 206 kilometers an hour is the top speed of this thing on regular terrain, which everyone uses on their world. Now time to test it on the smooth terrain. I do have a perfectly good FPS for this test, pretty nice. Now let's do it in here on the smooth terrain. As you guys can see, there will be no bumpy things here. There will be some, but not anymore, not that much. Let's do the top speed mode. Here we go. Let's see what you got. Oh gosh, yeah. 220, 222, 224, 225, 226. Boy, this one's fast actually. Not as fast as mine, but with the same wheel size, it's a fair comparison, but mine's still rubbish. So yeah, let's give it another run. Oh, we went off the track. That's really bad. And let's try to get back on the track. Alright, time to put you back on the track actually. Let's see if we could get you another run with the good runaway this time with better top speed. Hopefully we can at least reach 230 with this one. Come on. Let's see what you got, baby. I'm pretty sure my tires barely has any traction. Come on. Do at least 228. Oh, there we go. That's better top speed. I'm going as straight as I can without steering the car, and the car is literally steering by itself due to the engines are pretty much insane. Oh, that's 230. That's pretty good actually. Wow. So this thing has a top speed of a whopping 230 in the smooth terrain and 206 in the grass or the regular terrain. Now let's test the Zenith now. Let's go outside this thing first because we will have to test the top speed in there first. So yeah, let's summon our good old mighty the Zenith. Actually, this one is not old. This one is just very recent. It's very nice. So yeah, let's put a exometer. Now let's go. This one doesn't have a top speed mode. All I have to do is hold the W and brace for our lives. That's a pretty good acceleration actually. Oh my god, this is really good. And it's already surpassed. It easily surpassed the Nova, even in these, you know, not so smooth terrain. It already did 236. I mean, with all these power, this car is better. I mean, there's already another points for the Zenith. I mean, let's do another run if we're, I mean, where we could do maybe 240. I think we could do at least 240 in this thing if we try hard enough and maybe a little bit more runaway. I mean, it's a good thing I made this really big flat terrain, vanilla terrain. I mean, can we reach 240 in a non-smooth terrain? Let's go. I mean, unfortunately, we did not. I mean, it was pretty close. Come on. Alright, looks like this you've given your best. I've already seen in my eyes that you've clearly beaten the Nova. Alright. Oh wow, why is it laggy? Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. Alright. Right, now let's test the top speed in here. Oh my gosh, imagine the sheer the sheer acceleration of this thing is so insane. This is definitely an electric car in Scrap Mechanic, but better. Oh boy. I mean, I think it has less top speed here. I think no. I'm just kidding. I mean, I think this thing can do 240, especially with those, you know. Come on. Alright. Do 240 this time. Let's go. Let's go. You've got this thing, my boy. Alright. Oh. 230. Here we go. Can you do 240? Can you go faster than my Alna Mark II that went to 50 kilometers an hour? Bunch of times by now. Turns out you can't. I'm just joking. Because you're still better. In every way. Oh, 240. Oh my god, 240. 241. Oh wow. Alright. Yeah. You just clearly eaten the cake. Wow. Alright, now time for the final test to see which one of you guys, oh wait, let me just give you a second, to see which one of you guys is tougher around the track. Alright, I'll see you on the track. It's a good thing that they have reverse. My god. Oh, stop. Oh my god. Ah, you ruined the engineering table. Or the engineer's table. Okay, stop. Come on. When are you gonna get stable, Oh, you've ruined the engineer's table once again. Actually, you know what? Screw it. You don't even fit in this garage at all. I mean, will the Zenith even fit? Okay. Oh, go on. Reverse up a bit. Okay, I think I did hit the engineer's table. I'm so sorry. Oh, barely. So, both of these cars are excited for the flying laps. Which one of you wants to go first? Oh, well. Oh, you guys are too scared of beating each other, huh? Well, I'll go with the Nova first, because he is the least powerful here. Alright, let's go for a flying laps and let's get out of this pits. Okay, I'm pressing W. What's it reversing? Okay, never mind. Alright, I'll get my phone up. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna instantly reveal the times, I'm just gonna reveal the time of when I finish all the 3 flying laps, and I will count the average pretty much. And there's no need for top speed, I guess. I mean, it does. Oh fuck! Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. What am I doing? I do memorize this track a lot, but I don't memorize the handling of this car. I mean, I'll give it to a kind man. he made some, you know, pretty good shit. Oh, it's doing a wheelie. Oh wow. Okay, brake. Oh, I do not have the brake there for these. For this, what do you call? I think this is a chicane. I don't know. I don't know how you call this corner. Okay, come on. Oh, that was a good corner. Wow. A pretty good corner entry with a little bit of cutting, but it's normal. We don't even have the stewards. No need for the top speed here yet. Oh my god, that's a wheelie. Okay, let's cut this corner. Screw it. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Time lapse has started. Okay, I'm pretty scared in that corner. I messed up the corner. I mean, I was so good in the practice. Come on. I mean, let's just keep going. We have a lot of time to cover that up. Come on. Oh, we've just cut at the corner. I mean, screw that. God, one of the engines just tried to stall on me. Come on. No. No. Don't stall, engine. Don't stall your little engines. I mean, if the car slows down for no reason, that means the engine or one of the engines have been stalled. We've just done a wheelie right there. Okay, let's just quit. Let's cut this corner a bit. Alright, yeah. For some reason, the engines actually stall. You know what? Let's give this thing this kind of camera angle view so that we will know which engine is stalled. We just cut it this corner. This is so bad. I mean, my practice is better though. But yeah, let's take some corners early enough. Okay, so my engine's just stalled. Come on, keep going. My engine's stalled. Please stop stalling. Oh my god. This has gone horribly wrong. Okay, time for the top speed mode. You've got a lot of time to cover this thing up in here. Don't spin out! Okay, so the first lap is a 1:48.95, so that's a 1:49 technically still. Okay, so for some reason we keep cutting this corner here. I don't want to use the parking brake. Or what if it messes the engine? You know, because it's All right, let's go. Let's take these corners beautifully. Okay, I mean that's kind of okay. I mean the engines kept stalling on me though. Please stop stalling. Don't you even dare stall on me. That's so rude. Alright. Come on. Oh my god, that's I've hit the wall. Come on. Don't worry, we have a lot of time to cover up. I mean, I think we should have done at least a top speed mode in here. I mean, do we even... Oh, we've hit the wall. Well, I don't want to restart, but I'm pretty sure I have messed up the suspension glitch. Because the suspension glitch that is counteracting the torque has messed up. Well, the Zenith, it's time for you to turn. Well, it's time for you to take the cake on this thing. So far, the handling's pretty good. I mean, the Nova's handling is pretty good as well, but it would always have an issue with one of the engines, then they will pretty much fucking stall on you and die out on you and pretty much ruin your lap. I mean, it could have been easily done if it wasn't that laggy, but I don't think it was the lag, but I think it must be scrap mechanic behind it. Because I don't think that's supposed to happen. But I am taking these corners pretty beautiful. I mean, just look. I'm literally just drifting away. But these, don't understeer the grass. I'm already taking a beautiful line on these corners. All right. There's no need to enable DRS because this thing already hits a top speed. No matter what. Don't hit the barrier. Oh, that was so close to the barrier. Oh, okay. Come on. You know what? Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. It's 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we've started the timer. I should have brake there. Oh my god. I mean, we still have a lot of time to cover up, ain't we? Alright, so close to the wall right there. Okay, it's too far off the wall, which is good. Should have kept turning there so that I will, maybe scan the flick, I guess. Alright, I mean, look at this car. It still kept going. Aye. Boy. Oh, don't hit the wall. Oh my god. I mean, if this was the Nova, I think that car would have freaked out and one of the engines would have stalled. You pretty much slowed down my lap. But this car right here, wow, this thing really changed me the perspective from the both of the cars. Okay, just messed up this corner. I mean, come on, just don't mess it up. Come on. I'm taking these corners beautifully. I mean, not anymore. Only in practice laps, I guess. Right, let's take the shortage curve here. Alright. Let's keep it straight. Let's keep it straight. Come on. Alright. The handling's pretty good, by the way. Despite not having the four-wheel steering, the handling is still pretty good. It's with the help of the wonky bearing, the torque vectoring. I mean, both of the cars have torque vectoring. Oh boy, it's too late when I press the lap on my timer. But that is 126.56. That is impressive. I mean, I think I could go faster. I think I could go faster. Wow. Look at these lines. I'm taking it very beautifully. Taking it like a rally car indeed. Ah, yes, that's so good. Come on. Alright, let's go. Turkey turns here. Oh, it cut the corner. Let's screw it. There is no stewards here. Let's just keep going. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. You've got pretty good. This car is pretty good. I mean, no words. This thing's pretty good. It's just too good. It's just better than the Nova at everything. Well, not everything, but holy shit. Right, top speed parts. Over 200 kilometers an hour. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Top speed here. Lap. Alright. Oh, that is 121. That is 5 seconds faster. Let's see if we could do sub 120. Okay, that is pretty nice. Very, very nice. Let's cut more of the corners actually. We don't even have stewards or icebound here, so it'll be all good. Alright, let's go. Keep it straight. Very nice. I took these corners really beautifully into the chicane we call. Let's cut the corner here. Screw it. Let's go. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And there's no need for braking. By the way, I never used the S button. I'm still holding the W button since the practice lap. Can you even imagine? Right. Let's take this corner here, seriously. This one, kind of messed up that one. But that one finalizes our top speed. 3 consecutive, nearly perfect runs on a perfect track day. Let's go. The Nova easily takes a cake here. Oh, that is so good. 118. So the first lap we've got 126, second lap 121, and then third lap 118. So it's obvious which one is the winner here. So it's sad for the Nova, but we will have to say goodbye to this one. It's clearly getting old and it's showing its age. I mean, both of these cars are still great in my opinion, but they are good in their own ways. I mean, the Nova can do off-roading as well. They can do slower speeds as well, unlike this one, which is always crazy. It's kind of like the McLaren F1 of all scrap mechanic builds. It has a pretty impressive speed, impressive cornering, but dangerous car. But the Nova, I mean, same situation. I think it's also like the McLaren F1. Speed, high speed, decent cornering, I would say, without, I mean, if it wasn't for the engine stalling for no reason, but you do get it. We have the clear winner here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe.